First question is the easy one. Who is Melesa Johnson?
Is that an easy question?
Jackson County Prosecutor-elect Melesa Johnson. Kansas City born and raised, a lawyer by trade, but she calls herself a servant by passion.
What's going to make you different than those who've occupied this seat before you?
My perspective, I am not only the first African American to ever hold this office, I'm also the youngest. And when you look at the primary demographic of individuals embroiled in lives of crime, they are usually between the ages of 16 and 25. I'm ready to modernize our approach. I grew up in the age of social media, and so I know how much of a valuable tool those modern approaches can be to us fortifying our cases and get more of them across the finish line.
Johnson considers herself an outsider. No big political last name. She didn't come up the ranks of working in the prosecutor's office, and says there's value in that fresh, renewed perspective.
We were the first county in the entire country to start a drug court. These innovative things have already been happening, but I think with my fresh and renewed perspective, we're just gonna take it to the next level.
What do you say to those who say the prosecutor's office has been too soft on crime?
I think that's unfair. Because we need to look at the data. You know, property crime is a great example. There is this misnomer circulating in the community that the prosecutor's office has just been disinterested with property crime.
Johnson says her office will handle business in the courts, prosecuting, connecting with victims, making sure cases are going to trial instead of pleading them out for pennies on the dollar.
But we have a lot of work to do outside of the courtroom as well. And combat is how we're going to combat ongoing crime. The community-backed anti-crime tax, which is a 4-cent sales tax imposed all over Jackson County to be invested into violence prevention and intervention initiatives. People are looking for more proactivity. They are. I meet with a lot of mothers of murder victims, and I meet with a lot of non-fatal shooting victims, both organically and intentionally on the campaign trail. People want to feel like the prosecutor's office is handling those cases as if those were our children.
And while she looks to moving the office into the future, the history of this moment hasn't been lost on her.
How do you hold this title, knowing that others will be looking up to you?
I'm still getting used to it. I'm still getting used to it, if I'm being honest. My little sister actually framed it perfectly, and this is the moment that I really understood the weight of this accomplishment. I have 2 nephews. One will be 5 this month and the other will be 3 next month. And my sister mentioned, you're gonna be their first Black History Project. And that touched me in ways that are difficult to put into words.
Johnson officially takes over as prosecutor on January 1st.